Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. You'll forgive me if I forego the usual silly intro, because right now I could use heal on him. Right now, we are in a cave where I believe there is a blighted bear. You'll notice that these enemies are passive to us now, and I am sure I am going to regret leaving these things alive right now. But that's a problem for later me. Right now, I want to get us out of Winter Sun. Hopefully move us on to whatever the nearest area is. We'll see. Play it by ear. How's that? Rowan's letter. The letter has been carefully kept in an oiled leather bag, but the years have not been kind to it. The paper is so fragile that it's almost crumbling in your hands. To Soana the Seer. Mother, this is my last letter. I hope the Raven delivered it safely. The decision has been made. We are leaving for the south. For Gundren. Further away from the World Wound. I beg you, come with us. You turned down my last request, and I don't know this person you've become. Where did this pride come from? Before, you were wise and fair. Can it be the spirits of the abyss have reached the good spirits of our forest and twisted your mind as well? I don't care what happens to this place. I only want you to live, Mother. I was told you crafted yourself a special amulet to subdue spirits. Does that mean you want to bind a spirit from the abyss by imprisoning it in the body of an animal? You know your powers are not what they were. You won't manage it alone. Even if you do, nothing good will come from this abominable ritual. Please come with us. Your children and grandchildren need you. The wild animals of this deranged forest do not. We will wait for you at the pass until the 10th day of the month. Your loving daughter, Rowan. The daughter's letter provides much insight into the story of the strange forest woman. What forest woman?
Godspeed.
Together we stand.
Okay. Hold on. Cloak of Resistance 4. I mean, I suppose I should give that to... What is his name? Not you. You've got something good already. And the cloak I just took off was... Guess we'll have to do it the other way. This one. Now he gets a bonus saving throw against compulsion effects.
Let us press on.
Wait.
The mongrel did it.
Veteran marksman's bracers. Whenever the wearer of these bracers lands a hit with a ranged weapon on an enemy who is prone, stunned, or staggered, the enemy must pass a fortitude saving throw or its current condition is prolonged for 1 round. Does this stack, or is it just the 1 extra round? Well, that's pretty good. With a ranged weapon, though. And Morrow's the only other person with a ranged weapon. Everyone else has something already. She needs that for the armor, because her armor class is 41 with all of the buffs. I guess not everyone can be a Mr. Ed. So the only other logical choice for those bracers is him. But it says with a ranged weapon, not ranged attack. Okay, we'll try it. Because why not? Soana, an old dwarf woman, so ancient she looks like she's been carved from a piece of gnarled driftwood, stands in the middle of the cave. The only decoration visible among her filthy rags is a clay medallion in the shape of a complicated knot. Without a word, she touches the Smilodon in front of her. The tremors slowly leave the animal's body and its eyes clear. Smilodon inclines its head as if in thanks and then leaves the cave. The old woman raises her head, noticing you, but her gaze never settles on anything for long. You're here. The hunter going from body to body has reached this place, but also the Great Bear will not leave you in peace. He will make you pay for every animal. Leave. You reek of blood. Ivu puffs up. Offended. We don't reek of anything. For your information, old granny, I always clean my claws and maw after a fight. All clever and well-mannered dragons do that. Soana. The old woman shudders, her gaze looking through you into the distance. Soana. Yes. In Sarkoris, they called her Soana the Wise, Soana the Seer. They brought her gifts, sought her counsel. Or would you ask her if you met her? Why didn't you go with your daughter? Soana the Seer, running to Gundren with her tail between her legs. No, I couldn't leave. Let others hide behind the walls of their cities. This forest is my life, my chapel. Even if I could have made it through the wound and gone south. No, out of the question. How could I look my children in the eye? A foolish mother who tried to fight the world when alone and lost. No, that will never happen. Tell me about this forest. The old woman sighs wistfully, and a bright, sweet smile dawns on her face. Oh, our forest in its glory days was a sight to behold. Crowds would come from cities and villages for the Sun Festival to watch the shamans perform the rites in the Meadow of the Spirits. We would sing, and the forest would answer us, its voices blending with the voices of hundreds of people, and peace reigned over all. And when night fell, the mead flowed like a river, and young men and women jumped over the bonfire. Lucky was the one who caught sight of the great Orso, silently cutting his path through the forest. The first summer flowers would spring up wherever he stepped. Corvin laid a wreath of those flowers on my head, and I became his wife. I washed my children in the holy spring in the Meadow of the Spirits, and they grew up healthy and strong. This forest was my land. The great Orso came at my call. Her voice catches, and her wrinkled lips tremble. Where is it all now? Where? She tells pretty stories. I like the part about the mead flowing like a river. I guess she was exaggerating a little, but even a little barrel of mead is very nice indeed. What did you do to the Smilodon? A wicked spirit, a sorrowful spirit, had settled in the Smilodon. But why does a blood-soaked hunter need to know that? Does the hunter look them in the eye when he kills them? Does he understand their fear? They come to us, we give them comfort, but a hunter can give nothing but death. Go away! Do you know where to find the giant bear's lair? The old woman gives a deranged chuckle. The hunter asks us where to find Brother Bear's home. Everywhere! It is everywhere! He is master of this forest. Great Orso, we call him. Now it is Orso the Terrible. But while the soul of the forest lives, there is still hope. Hope of what? No, we must not say. The master of the forest protects us. We do it all ourselves. We do not need anyone. Begone, bloody hunter, begone! How have you and the forest managed to survive in the midst of the whirlwind? He asks, as if the question hasn't been answered multiple times before this point. The master of the forest protects his domain. The master of the forest, Orso the Terrible, is our guardian. So it has always been, and so it will always be. Okay. I'll leave you to that. And, you got anything nice in here while we're here? Huh. I mean, I saw him come well, not this way exactly, but I saw him in this general area. Weird. Oh. we can leave for now, but I'm probably just going to end up having to come right back. But as you can see, all of these animals around here are nice and, well, peaceful. Likely from whatever treatment she's providing them. Here it is. Or so, a neutral magical beast. I actually do need magical beast fur. Oh, he can teleport. Oh, that's going to be super annoying. Great. I forgot that's a thing that happens because of course that's a thing that happens. Right now, none of these other things are an actual issue. Ugh. This guy should have been put down a long time ago. Good God, 128 sneak attack critical hit damage. Unable to withstand the blow, Orso drops to the ground. He's alive, but his strength is dwindling. Noticing your continued proximity, he bares his teeth and snarls as if he's trying to say something. Peering into the bear's vicious eyes, Amber lets out a sigh. What torment you have suffered to make you attack everyone like this? It's like weevils have burrowed into your soul. I mean, there's a slim chance of failing that one, so... The bear's fur is matted and infested with parasites, and numerous scars cover the bear's body. One particular spot draws your eye, a brand mark with an intricate design. The same one as on the shaman's medallion. What did Sawana do to you? Upon hearing the name, the bear freezes, then raises his head and unleashes a long, drawn-out howl, full of yearning and pain. Got no real reason to kill it. Orso seems to understand the look in your eyes. He stops growling, closes his eyes, and breathes heavily. Now, I should probably kill him, given that he's suffering parasites and everything, but... -1 deer, I guess. Yeah. Retreat is not an option. It didn't have to go like this.
You won't survive me.
Okay.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Do not hold back.
What I really don't understand is why healing your team up alone, if you have someone with channeled healing, typically it'll heal anyone within range, unless you have a specific feat that limits who it heals to just your allies, which means basically it only affects allies now. So why in the world does it trigger stupid crap like this still? I could get it. I understand if it worked this way. I could understand if it worked this way, just there's no real reason to even use any of this.
Kneel before me. Endure this.
I didn't want to kill them,
A bright future awaits us.
but since they're dead, let me go.
I will guide us.
The old woman gives you a hostile look. Her face holds no trace of her former madness. You're back. I sense the pain of the abyss spirit that is linked in... Okay, let me try that again. I sense the pain of the abyss spirit that is linked to Orso and its weakness. If it dies, the foul poison of the corpse will seep into the tree roots. Creatures from the other side will come and nothing will be left but a toxic wasteland. But you don't care about my forest, so why is Orso still alive? This is the obvious option. We can probably still save him, but this is going to cost me... The old woman laughs. It's an abyss spirit in the body of a bear. You pity that unholy creature. Then why not also pity all the other creatures that are destroying everything you hold dear? What makes this spirit different to them? I saw a mark left by your medallion on the bear's pelt. The old woman crosses her arms over her chest. Yes, Orso the Terrible is my creation. I used the medallion to control an evil spirit of the abyss after linking it to the sacred bear, which doesn't sound blasphemous at all. You hold the bear sacred, but then you put an evil spirit in its body. And I forced the spirit to serve good by linking our lives together. And what of Orso the Great Spirit? The old woman clenches her fists. It has lived for centuries in a bear's body, ancient as the forest itself. It ensured that the trees grew tall and the flowers bloomed. It ensured the deer had grass to eat and Smilodon's enough deer meat. But the natural order has been broken. I had to do something, and I did. The kind Orso that was known in Sarkoris is gone forever, but the guardian of the forest remains. You say you had to do it, but you're lying. To us and to yourself. That bear, he was your friend, wasn't he? You would never have done this to your friend if you hadn't already lost yourself to fear. Yes, child, I was frightened. The world that I knew was dying. You don't know what that's like, she says to the girl who watched her father be barbecued alive. That's not true. I've been afraid many times, very afraid. It's hard to fight fear, but inviting demons from the abyss to possess your friends, that's wrong. If I go with another good option, I lose my alignment. We're literally on the lip between neutral and good. And we're very close to getting another level, and I'm not risking getting locked out of using it or getting the opportunity to level Morrow up. I can go and finish him off. What will happen then? She's already said what would happen. The corruption in his body would seep into the forest, mutate it horribly, and then demons would infest the forest. All of the animals would die. We already know what would happen. Do spirits of the abyss wreak as much evil as demons do? The old woman sighs in irritation. Yes, they are just as evil. The spirits of the abyss are abominations. The forest spirits fear them to the point of madness. They seek refuge from their madness by possessing wild animals. You saw what that looks like. You saw how I separate them. But in every moment of suffering, there's hope. By separating them, I learn how to bind them. I don't want to select the good option, because at some point I'm going to have to kill her. I feel like I should explain what I said there, but I just can't. I know what I meant at the time, but well. Again, we can't go with the good option because alignment issues. I would honestly love to be able to try and free Orso. I think we still have the save from when we entered the cave. I don't know if it auto saves if it doesn't actually require a loading screen. So I'll tell you what. We'll see. We'll go with chaotic for now, and then I'll come back and see if the good option will break our alignment. If so, we'll deal with that. If so, we'll keep the chaotic path we took. If not, we'll come back and do the good one, and we'll see how that plays out. The old woman nods. Life adapts, and so will we. Everything follows the laws of nature, even here in the midst of the world wounds. Come back again and the forest may impart some of its wisdom to you. There it is. Miracles do not exist. The shaman paid a heavy price to ensure that her forest continued to grow even in the midst of the whirlwind. The commander judged the matter as he thought was fair, but can fairness even exist in a place where the abyss reigns supreme? Well, we got 1200 XP out of that, so there's that at the very least. And now to see if this other bit breaks our alignment or not. Unfortunately, like I thought, it changed my alignment to chaotic good, which is not acceptable. In this particular instance, the only way I could get my alignment back is to then immediately attack this woman. Which somehow is an evil option, despite the fact that she is, frankly, just a grotesque individual. But we'll continue to humor this, since we've already begun this path. The old woman gives you a scathing look. You can kill me, a weak old woman, but I won't give in. I serve the forest spirits, I don't serve you. So, allow me to get this right. You can kill her if you scream some garbage about her being evil and her needing to die. But if you just kill her, it's an evil action? Did anyone think this through? How can it be both evil and lawful to kill her? Frankly, her attitude irks me. I'm not fond of what she's done here. And sure, she's purging the I guess we just call them evil spirits. The spirits that are causing the animals to attack. Sure, she's purging those, but what other problems is she causing by having... What the frick is this? That is really annoying me. But who knows what other issues she's causing by having an abyssal spirit in what was once a sacred bear. Also, just a side note, I failed the nature check for the second time. It's actually kind of annoying. So, anyway, let's go ahead and kill her. The old woman crosses her arms over her chest. I'd rather die right now than see my force slowly die in agony. The shaman is so old that she can't put up a fight. Instead, she tightly squeezes her medallion, which cracks in her withered fist.
Do not flee! Do not waver!
Do not hold back.
You know what's really sad? He couldn't even kill her with that hit. Let's see if anything's changed with Orso. Oh, these guys are still fine, but I genuinely don't know what the right answer would be here. Granted, the answer is basically whatever I deign it to be, but that also seems sort of cheap. And, well, frankly, simple-minded. Now, I'm not going to go, I don't know. Letting someone like her live is really not a good idea. Granted, she can't actually do anything to anyone, but I mean, she was insane enough to at some point put an evil spirit in a sacred bear and say, you know what? I did a good thing here. I don't know. Frankly, what I really want to do is take this medallion shard and have the storyteller take a look at it. If it turns into something useful for me, sure, I'm fine with having killed the old piece of garbage, but if not, I could see my way to reconsidering the decision anyway. We've been at this for too long, and so what I want to do is go back and fight Orso. Try and get the nature check successfully this time. And see what comes of that. Alright, so I've been playing for about, probably almost 3 hours now. I wish it wasn't as fun as it was. Anyway, we're finally back. I will tell you what the final decision was as far as the forest in Wintersun is concerned. We currently stand at the point where the old woman's dead. She broke her necklace or charm, whatever the thing was. I only went with that because I was hoping that the storyteller would be able to put it back together with a few extra items and maybe turn it into something useful for me. No dice. I also tried the one where I also got it from her hole before, which is interesting. All you have to do is leave the conversation with her, then talk to her again, immediately attack her. I got it whole, brought it to the storyteller, still nothing. So, whatever. I don't really care about it anyway. So, she's gone. As a result of her death, Orso's gone. But we didn't kill him per se. He's gone because the spirit that was bound to her is gone because she died. So the land itself won't be poisoned as a result of him being killed. So whatever happens to the forest is up to the forest now. That brings us back to Dresden, where we have to hand over Morveg's talisman, the young man who we ended up having to kill. He was, on his way out anyway, so he figured he may as well do something stupid beforehand, I guess. Anyway, Morveg is dead. The color drains from Ciara's face. He takes the straw figure with his shaking fingers. His mouth twists unpleasantly as if the old man is about to start sobbing. The knight looks at you with horror. The old warrior drops to his knees, slowly and awkwardly, with apparent difficulty. Why? What? How? What happened? Morveg went to get a sword dedicated to the god Gorham. He was gravely wounded. I found him and tried to help, but the relic's power had already consumed him. Ciara's eyes showed nothing but weariness. I wanted to help him. Poor boy, I was afraid of this. The war tainted his soul with darkness the moment he was born. It doomed him to death before he could even walk. I warned him, but what are an old man's warnings worth? The sword. That weapon of Gorham, where is it? Do you have it? It must be destroyed. The war devours our souls, and Gorham, its lord, watches over it all with indifference. That's way too high for him to pull off. I don't really care for the weapon as it stands, but I'd much rather sell it than let him destroy it. And there's no way he's going to pull off... There's no way we're going to pull off a bluff of 35. That requires us to pull a 9 or higher. And I had to go, in order to just to see what would happen if the nature check for Orso was passed, I had to take on the fight another 2 times. So yeah, I'm not going to chance my luck, at least this time around. But I'm also not going to go with the good option. Pretty sure I've made some... Ooh, I should check my alignment while I'm thinking about it. But we're not going to destroy the weapon. I just can't afford... I can't afford to go with the good option. It's chaotic, but, well, I mean, we could try and go for that, but frankly, it's just a worse option than 3. Especially if the bluff fails. So we'll just go with this. The old man clenches his shaking fist like he's going to hit you, but can't. You don't understand. It is evil. This is war in the flesh, the devourer of life, soul, and conscience. It's already sunk its claws in you and taken your mind. Except I don't want the weapon. Heck, I don't even like its effects. I don't want it. I'd sell it, but it's already taken my mind. Anyway, we have something else we can do? Nope. Nope, we're still all... I think we're all set. So I'm going to take care of the very last bit of commander-related business. And then we're going to go straight into the outro and figure out what we're going to do in the next episode. Well, now, this is fascinating, isn't it? Lo and behold, Trevor Vanek, also known as Sociel's brother, the one for whom he's been looking, worried about having given away their family shield. Well. The knight salutes. Greetings on behalf of the order. Forgive me, I can't stay. Duty calls. I have a pressing errand from headquarters. Yeah, it's very urgent. Sociel is silent. His lips are pressed together. He doesn't move, not even to breathe, seemingly. The cleric is staring at the visitor. So your name is Trevor Vanek. That's right. I serve the cause of the crusade. It must be true. We have to take our guest's word for it. He has no documents or insignia confirming his identity. What? What are you getting at? Nothing. Nothing at all. Anevia casts a glance at Sociel. The priest's mouth is twisted and his fists are clenched. We're happy to welcome you to Dresden, Trevor Vanek. Enough! Sociel lunges at the guest, his face distorted with emotion, and you suspect the cleric is about to throw a punch. But his clenched fists remain lowered. Who are you? How dare you call yourself by that name, scoundrel? Oh, me? I'm not a scoundrel. People are always bad-mouthing us. There's a saying, the credit won by a lie only lasts till the truth comes out. Trevor Vanek is a proud knight. I won't put up with slander. So you're an imposter. Me? No, it's not true, I swear. Soziel? Of course not, but how does he know that name? And why is he wearing the black armor? And why do these words... The cleric's voice drops to a whisper and you don't hear the end of the phrase. Anevia, do you have any idea who this is? A great question. No idea. My guys clocked him when he was trying to threaten a merchant with his so-called order and get a horse for free. Then he gave a familiar name, so I decided to organize a face-to-face for the long-lost brothers. You knew it wasn't Trevor right from the off. You saw Trevor when he served in Canabris. Of course, but I hoped that meeting you would make him drop the pretense and crack. The only actual option we have is number 4, so throw him out of the city. Please, no, he might know something about my brother. Please, give me time to talk to him. Social is right. We can toss him out whenever we like, but it wouldn't hurt to interrogate the imposter first. Who knows where he's really from and what'll come up during the interrogation? We can always get rid of him later. Fine. Throw him in prison. I'll deal with him when I have some time. Anevia takes the imposter away. He follows her, unshackled. Soziel watches them leave, his fists unclenched. He drops his shoulders. Where did he come from? And did you hear what he said about truth and lies? The priest frowns. The credit won by a lie only lasts till the truth comes out. This is what they say in Andoran. Trevor used to say it often. Of course, one proverb doesn't mean anything, but I feel like the imposter knows my brother. Oh, Shaylin, what's going on? Commander, please, we have to interrogate him. Alright. Before we do to finally part ways, I do want to get one other thing out of the way, and that is talking to Erebeth about what happened out in Winter Sun. Survivors from Sarkoris in the middle of the Whirlwind. They must be made of tough stuff. I'm sorry they've been set against us. Erebeth grits her teeth. And sorry still for our soldiers. We're losing our people to demon trickery again. But at least the mystery is solved and it won't happen again. And so, allow me to send you guys off with a little bit extra. If you look over here, holy crap, we have 7 summons? Well, I mean, we may as well just go ahead and do this, huh? Also, since it's an ability, I get to do it while polymorphed. So, what you're seeing here is our new ability to summon treants, which apparently has come from the Court of Tomorrow. I allowed them to set up a new grove there, and apparently I've been rewarded with the ability to summon treants for an hour per day. 7 times. And it's an ability, which means it doesn't rely on spell slots. I can do it while polymorphed. Oh, that is just the best. Also, they have the decency to have damage reduction 10. I don't know. What was it? Oh, against everything. Natural armor 20, and they're level 18. Just going to let that one sink in. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. It is time for me to get out of here. I'm supposed to be going out to get a new phone today. So, get out of here. And with all that said, we will see you next time.
This